Evan Doherty for Yahoo Sports, and here are your Heisman Trophy finalists. One of these guys will walk away Saturday with college football's top individual award. The folks at MVP Index helped us out tracking these social media impressions of pro athletes in relation to the Heisman Trophy favorites throughout the season to see what they talked about on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll take a look going back to the beginning of the season here in August. You see this yellow line, that's Jameis Winston. He was, of course, the one that athletes talked about the most then. Makes sense considering he was the defending Heisman winner. As the season got underway in September, you see the red line here was Amari Cooper. He jumped out, the Alabama receiver, had 650 yards in his first 4 games. That surely helped. As we moved on to October, this big red line, Dak Prescott, the Mississippi State quarterback, helped his team to a 9-0 start, and he stole the lead on social. But once the Bulldogs lost in November, Prescott faded. Melvin Gordon made his big run, you see, in the bright red, but the one fitting constant throughout the season, the Oregon green of Marcus Mariota, rising all the way. Let's bring in Yahoo Sports' Sean King himself, the 10th place finisher in the 98 Heisman race. Sean, as a former athlete yourself, you have a unique perspective. Different things stand out when you watch a football game. What makes a Heisman Trophy finalist in your mind?
Well, I think it's exposure. I think it's name recognition. I think it's profile. And unfortunately, those 3 things a lot of time outweigh the eye test. Because if you just watch the games, there's no way in my mind that you can say Jameis Winston isn't in the group that should be invited as a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Having said that, Marcus Mariota kind of is the perfect combination of all those 3 things. You know, he has name recognition, he has a high profile. He's also been unbelievably productive on a team that's playing in the Final Four, and that's generally also something that has to happen. Your team has to be relatively successful. So I think he's going to win it. I think he deserves to win it, but I think it's a travesty that Winston hasn't been invited to the finals.
You know, certainly his number's not the same this year, but Mariota, Cooper, Gordon have been phenomenal as well in their own right. About those numbers we showed, Sean, you played in an era with social media obviously not prevalent at all. It wasn't as easy to get online and talk about what you're seeing on a college football Saturday. For you, among former players, do you still talk to guys and talk about the stars and how they've shined so far this season?
We do. I think what sticks out in those conversations is it's still very regional. You know, guys really only watch the teams that are in their region. Like a lot of West Coast guys, you know, don't watch, you know, a lot of the East Coast teams. And most people on the East Coast, you know, as much as they want to say Oregon is a Final Four team and Mariota's the front-running, you know, candidate for the Heisman, a lot of them haven't seen Oregon actually play a full game. So, you know, we do communicate, we do talk. You know, the guys that actually do the draft around the country are the guys that tend to be the ones that actually watch the actual games and have a very good understanding of who can play and who cannot play. So, you know, it's strange. You know, even though guys know a lot of football, guys kind of stay home, you know, watch the teams that they're familiar with, you know, so it's interesting that, you know, they haven't seen maybe all of the players that are available to be candidates for a Heisman.
Yeah, these 3 finalists, though, surely, guys, will see what they can do at the next level as they move on to the NFL. Thanks for your insight, Sean. This is Yahoo Sports.